So what would you say? What is the major influence you have? What are the
what am I doing?
Yeah. What is the kind? What
Well,
are the mechanisms, technically speaking?
Okay. So one is to really work with them around language. So I've been calling this with them emergent change, and this is completely different from anything they're used to. And I give them a couple of basic principles. I said, and the basic principle number one is anybody who's going to have to change needs to be part of the conversation. They get that one. Okay. So as they think about,
or you give them ideas to select people who get on the stage.
And how to do that, right? Like just a few basic simple principles.
You have more?
Well, that I've been working with them. Anybody, let's see, that we have to focus on what people care about. People aren't going to change about stuff they don't care about. So how do we focus this in a way that people care about? So they got clear about that. What do we care about? What do they care about? How are we going to do this? And then we created this generative image, and the generative image is stress-free customer service, which integrates a lot of the paradoxes they're dealing with. This is something people care about. So then it was about that the way I believe you create change in adaptive situations is you want to generate as many experiments that come from the bottom up. So you create a frame, stress-free customer service. You say, who's going to need to change for that to happen? You identify a system. You invite them into a space, and you invite them into having conversations about, and for people to find each other who are motivated and have similar ideas and propose an experiment. Now, in this culture, experiment's not going to work. So what they call it is a pilot.
Right.
Right. So we can have pilots.
Wonderful.
And say, pilots do not have to succeed, right? They just have, people have to try.
Realistic, but the outcome criterion is not performance, but learning.
Yeah, well, we want performance too, but
later.
But it'll emerge, right?
Right.
So I said, what we need is a few simple ground rules, guidelines under which any pilot that meets these guidelines will support.
Okay. So you're much more of an educator than I thought up to now. It's not in your program.
Yeah.
But when you tell me now how you work,
Yeah.
I would say you developed a lot of didactic tools and perspectives and steps that we also developed.
Yeah.
Maybe we made them more to be a program and develop them as tools and specifically offer and teach them that people can use them for themselves when I'm not here.
Right. Right.
You use them when you are there.
And it's different in every situation, right?
Certainly.
You're working with who's in the room and what do they know and what can they do.
But there are similarities to give you a criteria, to set up dialogues, to have those together who are responsible, to make clear that they should really listen to each other, and you can do you can provide that by designs. They learn to use themselves also when you are not there.
Yeah, and I introduced some concepts in this, and so they're learning to lead through design. So they're sculpting situations in which the right people are in the room, asking the right questions, generating a set of proposals, and then they say, go do it. We're not going to pick them. We're going to see what works, and we're going to learn. And if it doesn't work, fine, we've learned something. And if it does, great. And so then the big work of
experimental attitude.
And leadership's job is to, we call it tracking and fanning. So we assign people to be the tracker. So they need to,
You call them tracker,
is to stay in touch with all these pilots and just be feeding loops back into the managerial group. What's happening? Who's succeeding? Who needs help?
And who selects the trackers, and how do you support, or who is supporting the trackers that they keep track? Because often it's a new cultural element.
Yeah. Well.